Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? Hope every one of you are fine. All of you are warm welcome to your chemistry class C1. We will be starting with the unit 2, particles of matter. This lesson is for week number 5 and the subtopics to be covered are interconversion of three states of matter, melting point, boiling point, condensation, freezing point, sublimation, heating and cooling graphs. Resources which are used to cover this topic is your chemistry book Christopher N. Prescott, Unit 2, page number 14 to 16. Education videos are also provided at the end of the lesson. You can also consult Chemistry Matters. Discussion and explanation of the topic is done through audio and visual aids. Diagrams are also given for more conceptual clearance. Education videos are also provided at the end of the lesson, which will be helpful for better understanding of the topic. When the topic will be completed, a homework assignment is also given which you need to solve. Now the objectives of this lesson: by the end of the lesson, students will be able to understand how the interconversion of solid, liquids and gases are achieved and recall the names used for these interconversions. Be able to explain the changes in arrangement, movement and energy of particles during these interconversions. Describe the solid, liquid and gaseous states of matter and explain their interconversions in terms of kinetic particle theory. Explain the energy changes involved in changes of states. Describe and explain melting and boiling points. Be able to explain what sublimation is and give an example of a substance which sublimes. Now recalling the previous knowledge. Solid, liquid and gas on the basis of kinetic theory of matter. We have studied in kinetic theory of matter that matter is made up of particles that are constantly moving. All particles have energy. Molecules in the solid phase have the least amount of energy, while gas particles have the greatest amount of energy. And the temperature of a substance is a measure of the average kinetic energy of the particles. A change in phase may occur when the energy of the particle is changed. And there are spaces between the particles of matter. The average amount of empty space between molecules gets progressively larger as a sample of matter moves from the solid to the liquid and gas phases. Now we are going to start our lesson. First of all, look at this diagram carefully and try to think about it. Yes, your answers are correct. I hope you are able to describe arrangement and movement of particles in solid, liquid and gases. Now let's discuss all these phases in detail. Now come to our topic, interconversion of states of matter. Now what does this mean? It is a change from one state of matter to another and then back to the original state is called interconversion of state of matter. Now first of all, we will study about solid to liquid. That is conversion of solid state to a liquid state. For this purpose, heat the solid until it melts. When a solid is heated, the particles gain kinetic energy and start to vibrate faster about their fixed position. Now this is very clear that in solid, the particles are tightly packed together, they are arranged in a regular pattern. The particles in solid vibrate about their fixed position and there is a strong force of attraction between the particles of solid. So when the temperature is high enough, the vibration of particles becomes sufficient to overcome the force of attraction between them. It means when we increase the temperature, then the vibration of particle increases. Then it increases so much that is sufficient to overcome the force of attraction. Then the particles begin to break away from their regular pattern. They can now slide past each other and the solid becomes a liquid. And the temperature at which a solid turns into liquid, that is called melting. So we can define the melting. Melting is the process of converting from solid to liquid due to increase in temperature. And what is the melting point? Melting point is the temperature at which a solid starts to melt. For example, ice melts at 0 degree centigrade. One very important point which is given, that is the temperature remains constant during the melting process. Until unless the melting is continued, the temperature remains constant. For example, when the ice is melting, the temperature will remain at 0 degree centigrade until or unless all the ice melts into liquid, that is into water. Now the next is the conversion of liquid to gaseous state. We know that in liquid the particles are close to each other but not as close as in solids. The particles are arranged in an irregular pattern and they move randomly in volume occupied by the liquid. So in this situation, when we heat the liquid until it boils, what will happen? When a liquid is heated, the particles gain kinetic energy and move further apart. Eventually the attractive forces in the liquid are broken and bubbles of gaseous particle escape from the liquid. The substance becomes gas. As in liquid, the particles are already having high energy. On absorption of kinetic energy or high energy, the attractive forces in the liquid, they are broken, and then the liquid is converted into a gaseous state. And the process at which the liquid converts into gas, that is called boiling. So we can define the boiling. Boiling is the process of converting from liquid to gas due to increase in temperature, and that is also known as vaporization. And what is the boiling point? Boiling point is the temperature at which a liquid starts to boil. For example, water boils at 100 degrees centigrade. One important point, that the temperature remains constant during the boiling. Another term is the evaporation, the process by which a liquid turns to a gas below its boiling point. There is a minor difference between the boiling and the evaporation. That evaporation is the process by which a liquid turns to a gas below its boiling point. And you know that evaporation can take place at all temperatures. Even we are not heating the liquid, then the evaporation is taking place all the time. But the boiling is the process when we heat the liquid. And the liquids that evaporate at room temperature, they are called volatile. Now the next is the conversion of gas to liquid state. In gas, we know that in gases the particles are far apart from each other. The gas particles are arranged in an irregular pattern, and the gas particles have very high kinetic energy and they move freely in all directions in the available space. And the force of attraction between the gas particles is negligible. So when the gas particles are cooled down, then they condenses. So when a gas is cooled, the particles lose kinetic energy and the attractive forces become great enough to keep the particles closer together as a liquid, and then a gas is converted into liquid, and this is called condensation. So we can define the condensation, the process by which a gas turns into liquid. Now the next is the conversion of liquid to solid state. Over here, when we cool the liquid until it freezes, then what happens? That when a liquid is cooled, the particles lose their kinetic energy. When the temperature is low enough, the particles no longer have the energy to slide over each other. The forces of attraction can hold the particles together in a regular pattern. The substance becomes solid, and this is called freezing point. And we can define the temperature at which a liquid turns into solid is called freezing point. Now what happens over here? That liquid can be converted into solid state by taking out energy, which is usually in the form of heat. When energy is decreased, the particles of liquid, their kinetic energy gradually decreases. As the kinetic energy decreases, the force of attraction between particles increases. This results in a decrease in distance between particles. When the particles lose enough energy, then the force of attraction will become stronger, so much stronger that they are held together in fixed position. So this temperature at which a liquid turns into a solid is called freezing point. Now the next term which we are going to study, that is the sublimation. As its definition, that sublimation is the process by which a solid turns directly to gas without melting. The common examples are iodine, ammonium chloride, solid carbon dioxide, all they are called subliming solids. Over here till now what we have studied that when we heat a solid, it converts into liquid, and when we heat a liquid it converts into a gaseous state, and on decreasing temperature a gas is converted into liquid, and when more temperature is decreased a liquid is converted into solid. But there are some solids which directly convert from solid to gaseous state. So this process is called sublimation, and there are few solids which are subliming solids. Among them the common examples are iodine, ammonium chloride and solid carbon dioxide. Now what will be the process during sublimation? That when we heat the solid until it sublimes, the solid particles they gain kinetic energy and vibrate faster. Eventually the forces of attraction between the particles are completely broken and they escape from the solid as a gas. The next term is the solidification. As it is clear from its definition, the process by which a gas turns directly to solid. So it is also a sublimation. That sublimation, we can define the sublimation, the process in which a solid directly turns into the gas by providing energy, and vice versa. That is, the conversion of solid to gas and the conversion of gas to solid is called sublimation. Now let's discuss the examples of subliming solids in detail. Some substances, for example ammonium chloride and solid carbon dioxide, they do not melt if they are heated. However, they change directly from solid to a gas. So they are called subliming solids. Similarly, if the gas cools, it turns directly to the solid state. This method is termed as sublimation, and it is helpful process for separating a mixture of substances when only one of the substances sublimes. For example, the mixture of ammonium chloride and sodium chloride. Now look at this diagram carefully. There is the interconversion of three states of matter. The states of matter are interconvertible, we know this, and the state of matter can be changed by changing the temperature or pressure. You know this very well, that when we are increasing the temperature, the solid particles they gain kinetic energy, the force of attraction becomes weaker and the solid is converted into liquid state. It is called melting, or over here there is written fusion. Fusion and melting are the same term. Now the liquid state, when the liquid gains the kinetic energy, its particles they overcome the force of attraction and then the liquid is converted into gas, which is called vaporization, or this temperature is also called the boiling point. Again, when we decrease the temperature, the gaseous particles they lose kinetic energy. When the temperature is decreased, then the gas particles they are converted into liquid. This is called condensation, and the conversion of liquid to solid is called solidification or the freezing point. Over here there is the conversion of gas to solid or the solid to gas. These terms are called sublimation. I think this diagram is very clear. You will be better understand the topic by looking at this diagram. Now the next is the purity of a substance. The melting point is the feature of a solid and is often employed as a criteria of purity for the solid substance. Because a pure solid will have a sharp melting point, that is, the temperature of the solid or liquid mixture remains constant till the melting procedure is completed. Similarly, the boiling point is as well a criteria of purity for liquid substances. Again, pure liquids have a sharp boiling point. Now let's discuss heating and cooling graphs. What is the heating graph or heating curve? A heating curve shows how the temperature of solid changes as it is heated to its melting and then boiling point. Cooling graph or cooling curve. A cooling curve shows how the temperature of a pure liquid changes as it is cooled to its freezing point. Now look at this graph very carefully. Heating and cooling curve for water with interconversion of states are shown in this graph. If we plot the graph of temperature against time, we will get the curve shown in the figure. At point A, the temperature of solid increases until it reaches its melting point. At point B, solid starts to melt. and at point B to C, during melting the temperature does not rise even though melting continues. So at point B and C, mixture of solid and liquid, both these states exists. Now at point C, the liquid start getting the temperature and the temperature increases. At point D, the liquid start converting into gas. So at point D and E, liquid and gas both states exists, and this is called the vaporization. And at point E, the liquid converts into a gaseous state. This is the heating curve of water. Now the reverse is the cooling curve of water. Again, when the temperature is decreases, the gas is cooled down, it condenses into liquid, which is called the condensation. When the more temperature is decreased, then the liquid start condensing into solid, which is called freezing point. Now let's the recap of the lesson. We have studied about the interconversions between the three states of matter. Now starting from the solid, when the solid particles absorbs the energy, the kinetic energy increases and they convert from solid to liquid state, which is called melting or liquefaction. When the liquid particles are heated, their particles gain kinetic energy. When they gain so much kinetic energy which overcome the force of attraction, then the liquid converts into gas state or vapors, which is called evaporation. And when the solid is directly converted from solid to gaseous state, that is called sublimation. Now starting from the gas, when the temperature is decreased, the gaseous particles they come close to one another, their kinetic energy decreases and gas is converted into liquid state, which is called condensation. When the temperature of liquid is decreased, then the liquid particles converts into solid state, which is called freezing or solidification. Similarly, the conversion of gas into solid and the solid into gas, that is called sublimation. It's all about the interconversions between the three states of matter. Here I have also listed some video links. You may click on each of it to extend your knowledge.